Hi, my name is Sierra. I'm 22 years old. I am white and Hispanic. I'm a lesbian and I am completely out. When I first thought that I was a lesbian was probably when I was 13 years old and I was in 8th grade. And the thought had never really occurred to me before that I liked girls. I just had a different appreciation for them. And I finally noticed when one of my friends had revealed to me that she liked girls, and I just kind of asked her like why she felt that way and what it was that made her think that she could be with a woman. And the more that she explained, the more that I realized that that's exactly what was going on with me at the time. Um, when I first came out to someone, it actually wasn't that friend. It was a year or so later with one of my best friends my freshman year of high school. And I just, probably within like the first 2 months of high school, I just told her because people kept asking like if I was going to get a boyfriend or what guy I liked. And I just really got tired of trying to answer all those questions. It wasn't really stressful coming out to my friends. I think I was fortunate enough to be around a group of people that were really accepting. But what was difficult was when my family found out, because it was my aunt first that found out, and then she told my grandmother, who told my mom. And when my mom found out, she confronted me about it, and we had a talk, and eventually she understood where I was coming from, but she explained that she would never really accept it. And over the years, my mom's actually become extremely accepting. She does a bunch of different stuff for the gay community and the queer community. She's really invested. Like, she really cares, and it's really cool having someone that's that behind me. Uh, as far as my coworkers, I worked at a hardware store for 4 years, and no one there knew. The only person who knew was my girlfriend, who actually worked there. That was kind of hard because I worked with a lot of people that were much older than I am, so they were always asking me if I was gonna have a boyfriend, if I planned on getting married. And once I quit there, the next job that I worked at was in a restaurant, working in the back of the house, so cooking and doing culinary arts. And there, just within my first 2 days, I mentioned my girlfriend, and everyone was accepting. No one really cared. There wasn't any judgment. And I'm still working there now. The only thing that I really face every day is coming out to new people. It's not exactly stressful. What's really stressful for me is coming out to new people that are much older than I am, that think much more traditionally and have different values than I do. There are a couple guys at my work that are older Hispanic males that are from the generation where the woman's supposed to be at home cooking. She isn't supposed to be doing anything except for feeding the family, taking care of the kids. And when they ask me if I have a boyfriend or what's going on, I usually struggle a little bit with trying to tell them that I'm a lesbian, but eventually I'll get my point across. Just because I don't want to give anyone the wrong idea, and I don't want to put forth something that I'm not and take steps back, like trying to go back into the closet when I outed myself so long ago. Um, my whole coming out experience wasn't really very difficult. Like I said, I had friends that were really accepting. What was harder was a couple of years after I came out, my senior year of high school, one of my girlfriends actually came out to her softball team, who was really close to the baseball team. So I had some of the guys from the baseball team threaten me and try to push me around a little bit. So that was kind of difficult at the time, but I played water polo all 4 years of high school, so I had a lot of people that were behind me whenever I was getting pushed around, so they were pushing just as hard back. Um, as far as the positives and negatives to coming out, for me, I've never really had an extremely negative experience coming out, but I have been with girlfriends who haven't come out to their family or aren't really out to anyone. So that's really difficult because for me, my entire family knows. So if I'm with somebody whose family doesn't know, it's harder for me to feel like I can actually be myself. But the best advice I can give for someone who identifies as a lesbian or bisexual who hasn't come out to their family or friends is to just do it. I mean, really, Your family will respect you enough that you're telling them who you really are. And the way I see it is if they don't really accept who you are, they try to push you away, like they're not really good family. The family are the people that you're born with, but they're not necessarily the people that you connect with the most. And I know a lot of people who like their family, but they don't love their family. And usually it's you don't necessarily like your family, but you love your family. And for me, to kick a child out of your house or to completely kick them out of your life just because they happen to like someone of the same sex is really messed up. Only to the point where, as an adult, I don't think I would ever want to see, even think about my kids like in a bedroom with someone else. So I wouldn't really care if it was a boy or a girl. I just wouldn't want to know exactly what they're doing in the room. So it's very interesting to me that parents are so invested on who you're with and who you're spending your time with. Um, like I said, the best thing you can do is just go for it. Because if you don't do it and you just stay in the closet so long, you're going to get so repressed and you're going to become depressed and you're going to be someone that you never really thought that you could be before. So you're not even really going to be yourself because you're going to be so unhappy. Um, and I think that's about it. Thanks.